Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy Monday. That's what day it is. Happy Monday. Hey, Sam, I am. Thanks for being a new member. Hey, Fernando, I like your dab. That's an adorable emoji. I love it so much. We're going to have a great time today. We're going to go over 3 stories, and then I was going to do movie math. This is what happens if I don't do movie math on a Sunday. So I had to do some quarantine stuff. I had to help my family again. So I couldn't do movie math yesterday. It was a 4th of July weekend. I was like, no one's watching anything anyway, man. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to take today off and I'll do movie math tomorrow. Well, I got stories. Hey, Lucas. Josh says do movie math. If I don't do movie math today, I'll do it tomorrow. But I got to do this. I got to clarify this Batman Beyond statement I tweeted right before going live. So I got to do that. There's a horrible thunderstorm today. That also delayed me. There's a horrible thunderstorm, or there was. It stopped, but it's still cloudy. But there was a horrible thunderstorm, and I had to FaceTime some people I know and be like, oh my God, look at this. So I'm sorry about that. So yes, so we're going to have a really good conversation. Oh, that Scatterbrain says it's Tuesday already in India. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, so we're going to do these 3 stories, and then I'm going to go do this Batman Beyond type clarification, just so you know it's what I know. And then, that's right, Dancing Dog 60, Batman Beyond the trailer. And then I'm going to watch Greyhound tonight. I got the screener. They actually put it in the account before the weekend, and they didn't tell me, and I didn't check. So even though the embargo lifted today, my review wasn't ready, and that was annoying. That was annoying to me. That annoyed me a lot. All right, so where's everybody? Oh, it's still raining here too, A Smalls. It's just not like it was. Stay dry, although we're all inside, so it can do whatever it wants out there. Gwen said, I made it on time. I'm glad. I'm horribly late, so I'm really glad that worked out. Evan's in Ohio. Let's see here. Lloyd Lester is having a relaxing day with watermelon in a beautiful, sunny Virginia. Oh, that sounds nice. Caesar is in Milwaukee. Natalia is back. Hello from Miami Beach. She said, I'm back, baby. Jordan is watching Doctor Who in Scotland. That sounds very appropriate. Oh, the JJ Slater is also in England and says it's beautiful there right now. Check Film Fantastic says, I'm in a treehouse. Beat that. I can't believe you're in a treehouse with internet. I guess maybe you're on your phone. Let's see here. Oh, look, Ross Taylor is also in England, being very British and making crumpets in Durham, England. That is very British. I love it. Chico says, in an empty house with my brother as company. Oh, that sounds lovely. And somebody has a new 4K monitor. Who is that? Where'd it go? Darn. Oh, yes, Isaac. Oh, no, Isaac's in Phoenix, Arizona. Where did the 4K comment go? Weird. I saw someone just joined. Hey, Jordan. Jordan Tranchino, new member. All right, so the way this works is that we'll do the 3 stories, and then for the last 10 minutes of the stream, you can ask me anything that you would like, except if it's about Batman Beyond, because I'm making a video. And then, of course, you can ask me anything. So you can ask me anything you'd like for the final 10 minutes of the stream. All right, here we go. I didn't get a chance to totally do my hair and makeup because you waited long enough. All right, story number 1. Oh, no, wait. Damn it. I always do the wrong thing. All right, bam, there we go. Boop. All right, story number 1. Colin Kaepernick has signed a deal with Disney today, it was announced. Now, the focus of the deal to start is going to be at ESPN. But basically, he has a deal to do anything he wants anywhere within the Disney empire. They want to tell Colin Kaepernick stories. I don't know if he's done with football. It's funny because the NFL just came out and finally apologized to him and said, hey, Colin, we'd love to have you back in here if you want to come back here and play football. And I think he's like, you know what? I'd rather not at this point because he can certainly make a lot more money. He's doing his life story with Ava DuVernay. I think that's at Netflix. I forgot to look it up. I didn't get a chance to look it up before I got on. But, he just signed that deal with Ava DuVernay to tell his life story about how he's actually adopted by a white couple. And it's going to be about how he figured out who he was. He's, I think when he started out, when he was kneeling, he wasn't quite as militant as he's become. He had some anti-4th of July comments yesterday. It's a fine line to be an activist, but also a patriot. It's a tough line to walk, and I hope Colin Kaepernick so far has done a fabulous job walking that line. I hope he can continue to do so. Remember, kids, the Twitter isn't the real world. Maybe I'm a little stuffed up. I have allergies. Natalia, don't distract me with questions about my personal life. All right, so anyway, but I appreciate your concern. So anyway, he's done a really nice job, but I guess he doesn't want to play football anymore. The movie lover says, why would you be patriotic to a country that doesn't accept you? That's just a few people. I think overall the United States has been incredibly accepting. I mean, Colin Kaepernick was a quarterback in the NFL. It's not like he was just nobody, right? I think that's an important thing to remember. So anyway, he's going to do this deal with Disney, and it's going to start out with ESPN, but then, of course, he's able to go anywhere that he wants. Now, Disney, it seems, is making up lost ground with Warner Brothers, who, of course, not only has a deal with LeBron James, but also Matthew A. Cherry they just signed. Matthew A. Cherry was the director-writer on Hair Love, which won the Oscar for Best Animated Short. That's fantastic. And he also was a former NFL player. And so he's actually becoming a big force. So it's interesting to see more athletes moving into the entertainment business. That to me is what I think the real story is. I think that's very, very, very an interesting development in Hollywood, that you're going to suddenly see athletes start to move more aggressively into the space. It used to be when you were an athlete and you were done playing the game, you would go, well, Chico, I think that wrestling is more entertainment. So I don't think wrestling to me counts. But, you could count that if you wanted to. So I think that's a good point. But I think that, it used to be once you retired from sports, the only real job you could have would be to be a commentator on sports, right? You would do a couple of appearances maybe in some movies like Shaq did, but you weren't like in Hollywood like as a major player. But I think that, LeBron James, I think moviegoer 727 points out that Kobe Bryant did that animated project with Glenn Keane, and that won the Oscar as well. So that's really fantastic. So I think Kobe is important to include here as well. George Foreman was more of a spokesperson. I mean, athletes have always been able to be spokespeople, but I'm talking about when they go, this is like these guys are being producers. These guys are producing films and television shows. They're going to have offices on the lot. Colin Kaepernick, Disney's going to pay for his company to have an office, and he's going to develop projects that will air on, Disney services, or they'll distribute. So it's a very big deal. Michael Jordan starred in Space Jam, but that was, again, more of an appearance because he didn't really stick around. O.J. Simpson maybe came around for a little bit, but I think that, you're not going to be understanding what has really been accomplished here if you don't understand how it's different. I think it's really, really different that these people are becoming so involved from a business perspective, and they're going to help shape the industry. So it's creating, like it used to be that maybe models would go into Hollywood and become actors, but now you're going to have a situation where sports athletes will come into Hollywood and do stuff, and that's really interesting to me. Joseph, these could be anywhere. They could be on Disney Plus. They could be a Disney movie. They could be on ESPN, any ABC. Whatever Colin Kaepernick comes up with, he'll sit down with Disney and they'll decide where it will best live. All right. So that's the first story of the day. Let's go to the second one. Boop. All right. So it was announced today. Sorry. Natalia, you're right. I am having a little bit of an allergy problem. I think the rain has pushed in a lot of stuff. All right, so anyway, DC Universe today, everybody got a little bit nervous. It didn't trend top 10, but it did trend top 25 in the United States at least. It was announced, Czech Film Fantastic just started Doom Patrol Season 2 today. I put my review out when the embargo lifted, and I tweeted out the other day about Episode 4. And I was surprised how many people said, hey, Addison DC fan, I was surprised how many people said to me, I didn't know that Doom Patrol had started. And I was like, holy crap. This thing is not well advertised, the whole service. So the reason everybody's talking about DC Universe specifically today is that it was announced that Stargirl has been renewed, but only on the CW. It will no longer air on DC Universe. I think, so everybody assumes, and I think it's a very strong and clever assumption, that DC Universe is probably not much longer for this world, especially because they just sent out a special deal to DC Universe members to become HBO Max members for just an extra $5 a month. I think that DC Universe will probably go through the end of the year. That deal is only available, by the way, to current DC Universe members till the end of the year. I think it'll go till the end of the year, and then it'll be done. I think DC Universe will be folded into HBO Max. I think that they can't, HBO Max is struggling as it is. DC Universe is struggling as it is. You guys, I know I'm having technical difficulties today. It's slowing me down. I'm trying very hard to keep it all together. I am aware, totally aware of like what's going on camera. Okay, so I apologize about that. I appreciate you telling me, but it takes me out of the stream, and I don't think it makes it a very good listen for other people. All right, Kyle, have a good time in class. All right, so anyway, I believe that DC Universe is going to go away and will be done by the end of the year. So that's what's going on with DC Universe. It's not much longer for this world. I certainly wouldn't subscribe to it now. All right, so let's go to the third story of the day. All right, you guys are very sweet and supportive. I'm sorry I lost my temper a little bit there. It's been a very frustrating day. All right. All right. So, don't want to forget the boop. All right, so the third story of the day is that, and I tweeted about this, I thought that I'm also getting really sucked into Twitter. I'm glad that so many people are following me on Twitter, but, my main job is to make videos, and so I'm having a little bit of a frustration with that. Like, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, but I really have to be careful what my focus is. All right, so anyway, so yes, I don't know if it came across as I lost my temper is not Will. I just wanted to apologize. So Red, I actually know Red. I met Red. Red flew out to Los Angeles for Game of Thrones. So Red, I apologize that I lost my temper there a little bit. All right, so anyway, Charlize Theron went and said that she felt that it was a tough pill to swallow and heartbreaking and those were actually her quotes, that they were going to continue the role of Furiosa without her. And they were going to cast a younger actress. Now, some people, and I said in my tweet that I was very happy that Carrie-Anne Moss was continuing in Matrix 4. Now, someone wrote back and they said, well, Matrix 4 isn't a prequel, Grace. Well, it kind of is, because it's going to be a younger Lawrence Fishburne. Maybe Charlize Theron can talk to Lawrence Fishburne and see how he feels about it. Be like, we both got cast with younger actors. What the heck's happening here? But anyway, the thing is that Furiosa is a fictional character, and George Miller doesn't have to tell an origin story about the character. He could tell a story about Furiosa now. And I think that's where the issue comes in. He doesn't have to have a younger actress. Now, Anya Taylor-Joy has met with him apparently at one point, but then also we recently heard that Jodie Comer was up for the role. I don't think that Jodie Comer is that much different than Charlize Theron in terms of the role. So I think that would be kind of particularly offensive to go in that direction. Charlize Theron said, I created this character. It meant a lot to me. I worked very hard to make her stand out. So it's a little bit sad, she says, to think that somebody else will get to continue with it, and I wasn't even, I didn't even get the chance. I feel very strongly about this as well, and I'm glad that Charlize Theron said it. I think that her saying that is in fact so damning, particularly in today's community. Oh, hey, fellow Grace Marie, who just joined, new member. But I feel that's just so offensive in today's Me Too, Black Lives Matter community, situation. I think that it would be, really, really bad for the movie to continue like this. One of you tweeted back that would be a very difficult PR, press tour, and I agree with that. I think that would be really difficult as well. And so I think right there, she might have just killed the Furiosa prequel dead in the water. So we'll see. I really hope that George Miller, maybe it changes his mind. So what do you guys think? I mean, I like Jodie Comer quite a bit. Hey, Jorge Perez, new member. But what do you guys think? I hate it when my ear gets clogged too. That's also annoying me. It's hard for me to hear. What a day. What a frustrating day. Yeah, Sophia, Jodie Comer looks to me the same age as Charlize Theron. Certainly not young enough that you're like, you can't use Charlize Theron. Raphael, I don't know if he solved his problem with Warner Brothers. I mean, Mad Max Fury Road Furiosa prequel is not exactly moving ahead at a breakneck speed. Yeah, I'm glad. I really would support Charlize Theron here. I think it's bad. All right, so let's get to the viewer question part of the stream. Hold on. All right, it's 5:03. You can ask me anything you would like until 5:15, and then I got to go make this other video. Americans are stupid. That's the new member. You got me to say it. We're not stupid. Some of us, unfortunately, are. Did you see that Target video about that lady who took all the masks down? That was weird. Anytime I'm like trying to defend America, something like that happens, and I'm like, damn it. I'm like, America's great. And then I see that video, and I'm like, God damn it. MJC, I'll do movie math maybe tomorrow, so I'll talk about that more specifically there with Hamilton. Do Movies Lover says, thoughts on Kanye 2020? You know, I feel like he's just kind of making it up because, as people pointed out, he hasn't done any of the work to register in advance, so he can't even really run. Don't waste my time, Kanye. Gwen, that's very sweet of you. I like that little emoji you have there. Cesar Coronado, how am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing actually a little better today because stories are starting to come in again. It was very frustrating. Every 4th of July, I look at how many people are watching videos online and I go, I should be on vacation. So I always vow, and sometimes I am on vacation, but when I'm not on vacation, I'm like, next year I'm going on vacation because there's no point in making videos the weekend or the week of 4th of July. And of course, I was surprised. It was the same this year as well, even though everybody's quarantined. I think everybody just checked out. But things are starting to go back now, and so that's really good. Chico, my dinner plan is rigatoni with some tomato sauce, and I'm going to watch the Greyhound movie with Tom Hanks. I didn't watch Desperados, Alien. I had too much other stuff I needed to do. You know, when a big story comes out, it's very difficult to cover. Like, there was a story that broke today about DC Rebirth, which isn't true. And some people who covered it were like, oh, maybe J.J. Abrams will direct it. Maybe Christina Hodson will write it. I mean, that's like just ridiculous speculation. So when I take my stories very seriously, and I think I have a responsibility. That's another thing. There's so much rumors going on right now because there's nothing to report. So people are just desperate for something to cover. But hey, Caleb Hunter, but I take it really seriously, you know, my word, you know, it's my reputation. So it's very difficult sometimes when I have a story come and I'm like, well, how can I cover this responsibly? You know, should I even cover it? It's very difficult. Glenn says, thoughts on J.K. Rowling and her transphobic comments. I wish J.K. Rowling would just stop talking about that. I was talking to somebody about it the other day. I think she's really going to actually ruin her career, which I think is incredible. I think that J.K. Rowling is not a member of the transgender community. She doesn't personally know anyone in the transgender community, and she's not a doctor or a psychiatrist. So why does she have any business commenting on this? Ross Taylor says, I think her career is long gone. I think she could go away if she wrote something else that was really good. Maybe it would be all right. But I think that, bye, Lucas. That's very sweet of you. Has sweet dreams. But I think that the combination of these comments and that Fantastic Beasts was so bad, I think she's not looking good. Shamar, I haven't heard anything about Titans Season 3. Who needs to get blocked, Scott? All right. All right, the movie lover says, do you think Tenet and Mulan will move after supposed meeting that the studios had yesterday? Well, they've started stamping August 12th on the Tenet spot, so I think they're going to be very reluctant to move it. They're probably going to first think if there's a way to make people like more willing to go to the movies. I would be surprised if Tenet didn't open in August. But let's see. I don't know what's going to happen with coronavirus cases and deaths in the next few weeks. Jose, I do like spicy food. My eye's bothering me. What a day. Okay, Zakaria says, Grace, what do you think of Jason Momoa reteaming with John Berg and Jeff Johns? I thought that was incredible timing on the part of Warner Brothers, that they announced that on that day. I think that was damage control, that they wanted to be like, no one's upset with Jeff Johns and John Berg. Look, Jason Momoa is making a movie with them. And I think the reason that Jason Momoa is doing that is because he's just doing whatever Warner Brothers wants him to do. So Warner Brothers is keeping him very busy, so he seems like a big star, but also he doesn't have time to go and make a crappy movie like he usually does. Let's see here. Julia Morning said, is there a story behind you leaving Indie Mogul? There is not. YouTube was, the place that I was, Next New Networks, which owned Indie Mogul, and I was the first Next New creator. I was like the first person to have a production deal with Next New Networks. Next New Networks was bought by YouTube, and so they quickly began to disband all that stuff. And so I left and I went to another company. One second. All right. I had to hide you Americans are stupid. Too difficult and combative. You can't pay $7 and harass me. Jico, I think we'll get lots of trailers at Comic-Con at home. Mostly for television, but maybe something for movies if we're lucky. Joseph said, is Joss Whedon done? I think he's been done for a while, quite frankly. Cedric, I don't like to talk about what videos I'm planning to do because then I don't do them sometimes because something comes up or they get delayed and then you guys ask where they are and I feel bad, so I'd rather just surprise you. I will review Greyhound, though. You can know about that because I'm watching it tonight. Let's see here. The Platinum Diva says, my casino I work at still isn't open, darn COVID. Yeah, but you want to be safe, too. I saw a picture today of a waiter with a face mask, gloves, and a face shield on. And I was like, oh, man, why are you stuck? Why are you stuck working? That seems horrible. Josh Loves Movies says, are you going to review Palm Springs? I might. I saw it. I watched it. I got the streamer. I will see how my schedule is going. If it's a little bit light, I'll cover it. I don't think anybody really cares about that movie, so it's not in my best interest to cover it because it's not enough of an audience. So if other stories are coming out, it'll get cut. Jolan, that's very sweet of you to tell everyone to stay safe. I agree with that sentiment. Let's see here. Fidel says, favorite restaurant in New York City. Oh, I like so many restaurants. I used to like eating at Rockefeller Center, but they closed all those restaurants, which is very sad. Oh, Dancing Dog, I'm glad you had fun watching Jaws on Friday. I did too. Justin says, Pocahontas live action movie at Disney, good or bad idea? Horrible idea. They'll never make it because they changed so much of the history, especially with today's situation. Pocahontas was underage. It was not an appropriate relationship. So they can't make that movie. And if they don't do it historically accurate, people are just going to hit the roof. By the way, I didn't realize how many people had joined today. We're back up to our usual numbers of over 1,000 people. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I feel particularly bad that I lost my temper and was a little annoyed because there are so many people who are watching. But I really appreciate it. You guys are really great. Thank you. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get Peacock. It's free. There's nothing on it, though, really. Bye, Stephanie. Ah, you guys are so sweet. I don't think I'm going to review Peacock because, again, I don't think there's enough interest in it. Hey, Krista Jerva, new member. That's a cool name. MJC, thoughts on the new Aretha Franklin movie? I think that Jennifer Hudson isn't really a big enough star, and I think that MGM isn't a big enough studio to really get that movie the attention that it truly needs. And also, I think we've seen so many biographies, music biographies at this point. You have to really work hard to make it stand out. And I think they're advertising the movie way too early. That movie doesn't come out until like Christmas. I am human, Gwen. You're really on fire with these cute emojis today. It is a party up in here, MJC. The sun's coming out. Party, party, party. Cedric says, do you think Charlize Theron will ever be in Marvel or DC? I would love to have her as a superhero. She could be like a supporting character like Nick Fury or Robert Redford when he showed up. I think the window is closing on her to be, she'd have to be, I don't think she'd do it unless she was a lead character. And so I don't see them having a role for her. Thank you, Marvelous Jack 93. Joseph says, we all wear masks at Amazon. Excellent. Be very careful. Oh, that's sweet, George. Neil, I'm not sure when the next watch along it will be. It won't be this week. Maybe the week after. Maybe we'll do Rear Window since I love it so much. Elliot says, would you like to see Pixar make an incredible series for Disney Plus but focusing on the Par kids? Yeah, but it doesn't need to be, not if they're kids. I want them to age up. I mean, it was nice to do the sequel. It was directly after the first movie, but now I would like a time jump. I'd like to see the kids older, and I would like it to be a movie, not a series, because I feel like the quality just wouldn't be there. Bye, Go-Wan's Butterfly. That's a nice name. Check Film Fantastic. Charlize Theron as Veronica Cale in Wonder Woman 3 would be wonderful. She'd be an excellent villain, but she'd be very much like Maxwell Lord. So we'll have to see how that movie works out. Bye, Daniel. Oh, yeah, it's 5:15. I'll do 2 more questions. Oh, Toon Limkins, I'm just frustrated because a lot of stuff's like going wrong today, like little stuff, and so I'm just a little bit frustrated about it. Adam Mall says, where is WandaVision? I don't know, man. It's taken forever. We'll hopefully get some answers at Comic-Con at home, if Marvel presents there. They still haven't clarified if they're presenting there or if they're doing their own event. I think it's so late that they're probably going to end up doing their own event. I mean, they're probably going to, I'm sorry. It's so late they'll probably not do their own event because they don't have time to set it up. I think they'll probably just settle for dominating Comic-Con at home. I think they will. All right, everybody, I'm going to get on that Batman Beyond clarification video. Have a lovely rest of your day, and we'll stream tomorrow again at around 4 o'clock-ish. All right, thank you. You guys cheered me up. You're the best. Bye, everyone. Goodbye.